My 2020 AMG GTR was only on the road for 1 year and was only driven about 9,000 miles, but man, oh man, did this thing live a crazy life. Now, so far, we have been told that this car was lent out to a race car driver by Mercedes-Benz corporate, and a lot of you guys had some really good guesses on who that race car driver was, but we were all wrong. It wasn't the yellow GTR Mercedes-Benz gave to Lewis Hamilton to drive around one of the Kardashians, and it wasn't the AMG GT given to TJ Hunt. That one you could tell by the interior was a pre-facelift, and it wasn't Amelia Hartford's car either. She was just interviewed with one in the background, and they gave her a C-Class to drive. Now, I did find out who Mercedes gave this car to for about 1 year. He wasn't exactly a race car driver, and at this point in time, he doesn't want to be mentioned in the video. I'm working on that for later, but man, oh man, was I wrong about the white door hinges. The auction listed the car as having structural damage because of the white door hinges. That helped me out by severely devaluing this car at the auction, and I assumed it was the factory protective wrap that Mercedes applies to their cars during shipment because I've seen that, but in reality, it was because of this. So yeah, I was pretty wrong. The car was in a music video and wrapped white and much, much more. Now, I was also contacted by an insider that works for Mercedes-Benz USA, and he filled me in on part of a story where this thing went to the dealer heavily modified and they had to return it back to stock in order to fix a big issue. But more on the truth behind this car a little bit later in the video, as I'm still trying to put this whole story back together, and we're gonna open up our lab results from the engine oil sample that I sent in, so fingers crossed. But for now, this car made 550 wheel horsepower, totally stock. 550 wheel horsepower, and we're gonna make it totally not stock and try to make this thing sound even better. I cannot wait to put these parts on. So let's get to some warranty voiding modifications and see what this GTR can do. We just gained 200. All right, I was just kidding about the warranty void. That was done many, many years ago. And from what the insider at MB USA told me, it was because this car had aftermarket turbos and downpipes. But he said something bad happened, so they had to revert it back to stock. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what something bad happened was. And I'm hoping it's not the engine, but apparently it's fixed. But anyway, Victory Road Performance sent out everything. They have all the performance parts that M177, 178 guys need to go fast, like hybrid turbos, so larger turbochargers. This is a really cool heat shield, and it's front and center under the hood right here. And of course, we're doing downpipes with cats, different intakes, different blow-off valves. Now, my goal here is obviously to make more power. I think these engines are severely underrated, but also I don't want to change the exhaust note that much. I want to hear the turbos, and I think the intake will do that. So anyway, beauty cover off. Thank you, Maximiliano, for building an awesome engine. Well, unless these results aren't good. So this is a hot V setup, and they have to manage heat, a lot of heat. And they even have a pad on the hood. There's many covers. This one just snaps off. All right, and then, yeah, more heat shielding. All right, airbox coming out. Another part that won't be making its way back on. But I am gonna save every single factory part for this car, including the exhaust, the turbos, everything, because it's a GTR, it's kind of valuable. Probably even save these paper air filters. They say AMG. I removed a few more bolts for this heat shield, so now we can see the stock turbos. Thank you for your service. I just removed the engine computer, and I have a lot of disassembly to do just to get to the spark plugs, if you guys saw that in the last video. There's so much to remove to get to these spark plugs. I think they may be harder than the turbos. Parts pile is growing. I'm gonna go ahead and get this O2 sensor out. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice to work on. This thing was in California for its first year of life, and then it just sat outside in Atlanta, so it's never seen any salt or anything. Should be easy to work on. Nice looking O2. Loosen up the V-band for the downpipes. These always get stuck. There we go. Just had these off. Okay, now she's loose. Because this was modified before with aftermarket downpipes, they welded in a V-band, so it's kind of nice. If not, you gotta remove the whole torque tube to get the downpipes out. Yeah, can't be doing that. We're gonna be replacing the exhaust all the way up to this point. So we're gonna leave the factory H-pipe, but there is a really nice carbon fiber X-brace. We're gonna weigh this, take a guess, what does this weigh? But we need to remove it right now just to make it easier for us to get to the exhaust. All right, last couple bolts. Do not want to drop this. Carbon fiber is very strong, obviously, but it can shatter. I want to know how much this thing is or what that is. Spacer? Oh, okay. There's just 2 spacers back here. Anyway, here she is. See what she weighs. All right, here we go. Take your guesses. I'm gonna say 3.8 pounds. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. Okay, so basically 6 pounds. 6 pounds, that's not bad. Imagine this thing being made out of really any metal. Made in Canada. Pretty nice AMG sticker right there. We got a part number. How much do you think this is, guys? I'm gonna say 4,200 bucks. Found this online, used, they're 1,400 bucks. New, 2,800 plus tax and shipping. So about $3,000 to have yourself a 6-pound carbon fiber X brace that you don't wanna drop at all. The factory lithium ion batteries are about $2,000 each, and they keep getting smaller. This is the one out of my car. This is one that's 4 years older. Smaller and lighter. Both of these are dead. So that's awesome. Now with the downpipes loose, we can remove this clamp here. Like butter, a little bit of butter in my eyes. Wear safety glasses. I just don't sometimes, just to show you how bad it is to not wear safety glasses. It's for you, people. Ah, sweet. Hello, exhaust pipe number 2. Free yourself. There we go, sweet. These downpipes should come out through the top now. It's still very tight though. Oh, come on, almost got you. It's like a big bass or trout or something coming out of the water. Got it by the mouth. Come on, big fella. This other one's getting in the way. Get out. So close. Okay. Whew. I had to get this bracket out. I think that will make my life a lot easier. Oh, come on. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, if I remove the turbo, this will come out, but you need to take this out to get that out. And it's like, that chain should just be what came first, the turbo or the downpipe. Come on, downpipe. Get out. Ah. Oh my gosh. It's coming out. That was crazy, guys. One of them is out. Sweet. Hopefully this is easier now. This side. Oh, like butter. Like butter. Man, they really smushed these down. Let's compare to the new ones. Oh yeah, big difference. This is flat underneath this heat shielding, and this is not. This is gonna flow so much better. I mean, look at the difference in size. That's great. Hang on a second. I just got off the phone with my friends over at Avalon King, and they came up with an even crazier deal on their Armor Shield 9 DIY ceramic coating kit. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know that I coat pretty much every single one of my cars. I've been using this for over 5 years now, and it's amazing. Right now, if you click on my link down below and use coupon code VIPLSC, you're gonna get $25 off the very complete Armor Shield 9 DIY ceramic coating kit. These are normally 70 bucks, so you're only gonna pay 45. And for the first 200 of you to use this coupon code, you're also gonna get their maintenance shampoo totally free. This deal is so good, but what's even better is how easy it is for you guys to ceramic coat your car from home. Once you wash your car and get it clean, dry it off, wipe on the ceramic coating, wait 60 seconds and wipe it off. It's just that easy. You can coat an entire car in about an hour and a half to 2 hours after it's clean, and you can use this on every exterior surface. And what it does is it forms a clear protective shield protecting your car against the elements and making it super hydrophobic so dirt and water just bead right off. You can also put this on your glass so you don't have to use your wipers as much, your wheels so brake dust doesn't stick to them, and I absolutely love restoring black plastic trim with the Armor Shield 9. Do not buy a separate product and waste your money. This stuff is better than all of them, and now your black plastic trim is protected for years. Anyway, this deal is limited time and quantity, so I'm gonna drop you a couple links down below that'll bring you right to it. You are gonna absolutely love this stuff. With the downpipes out of the way, we can get to the V-bands holding the turbo in. Oh, she's getting loose. We got a loose turbo. Yes. Oh, there's half of the clamp. So this slightly different style. This is what a turbo V-band clamp looks like. Very beefy. Oh, she's loose. Wait, what in the world? Guys, I didn't turn this at all. This bolt was just like broken and like epoxied in. Look at that. What in the world? That's insane. Okay, well, good thing we're replacing the turbo, right? Come on, swiggling. Come on, oil line. Wow, did they like epoxy that? Look at that piece of epoxy right there. Like this line won't come out either. Oh, there we go. All right, loosen up the other side too, because these are all connected with hard lines. There we go. Okay, we got O-rings. Yeah, we got good looking O-rings, that's for sure. That is just filled with epoxy. Great. Great job, whoever put this thing back to stock. All right, I'm pulling this completely out. This does have a steel braided section and it's a little kind of smushed. Let's see if I can do anything about this. Okay, yeah, I was able to kind of just turn it. They had it in a weird position when they bolted it in. So we should be all right. Luckily, this piece is up top if I need to replace it, but it's $300 and it'll take like a week to get in. So I don't know, we'll keep going. Luckily, all of the other lines just came off fine. They didn't epoxy bolts in. So for the drain, it's just literally a matter of pulling up like that. Cool, that's easy. Oh, we got a turbo out. Not bad. And we did leak a little bit of coolant, and I think I got a theory on why we had coolant in that cylinder. There we go. So we have lost some coolant, and yeah, it's literally dribbling down right now. You can see the coolant here. It's very close to a spark plug hole, and it was doing the same thing on that side where we had the coolant in the cylinder. So what I think happened is they were swapping these turbos back to stock. They spilled coolant in there, and then when we pulled the spark plug out, it went inside of the cylinder. That's the only explanation because this thing runs so well and we haven't had any issues. And you know what? This is probably a good enough time to open up our Blackstone laboratory results of the engine oil, which I already am assuming is good because this engine runs so good. We didn't see anything in the filter. But anyway, let's take a break and read some results. What do we got? What do we got? All right, Blackstone Laboratories. Alex, you are the father. Oh man. Actually, that's a good thing. I'm okay with being the father of my yellow 2020 AMG GTR, but how bad is this? They did a complete oil analysis. Iron, copper, silicone are elements to watch as trends build, but the trio could be elevated due to lingering wear in sealer washing out, as this is a low mileage engine. If you've already done plenty of oil changes though, we could be looking at extra wear and dirt inside. Before assuming a problem, we'll wait and see how things trend next time. What else? Anything else here? That's all I got, guys. I thought there was gonna be more to this, but yeah, I guess I'll send them an oil sample after we get some actual miles in here. That oil had been sitting in here for 4 years. So they didn't say anything bad, so that's good. So yeah, look at how much coolant falls in there when you remove the turbos. So we'll go ahead and soak all of this up, make it look nice and pretty, but this is a hot V engine, if you guys have ever heard of that term. It refers to the fact that the exhaust is where you would typically see an intake manifold. And I can't show them to you down here, but there's 2 intake manifolds. They're plastic ones all the way at the bottom, and the throttle bodies are over there. But the hot Vs were designed for efficiency with turbo cars because you want to try and keep as much heat in as possible. That actually helps you spool and makes the turbos work a lot easier, but everything gets really hot under the hood, so like heat management is very important. Right now I have to swap over the oil drains and install our wastegate actuators, but we can see the difference here with the stock turbo versus the VRP 1000. Look at that. Billet compressor wheel, much bigger. Look at the difference, guys. That is insane. Same thing on the exhaust side, so this was built to match with a larger turbine wheel, and the housing has been modified as well on the inside there to fit the larger wheel. And we also had this coated as well, just kind of look cool with satin black. So these turbos are good for like 1,000 horsepower. There was a C63 with the same engine that did 910 wheel. It had more mods than my car, but still these turbos are very capable. We have a couple T30s to remove the oil drain. There we are. Steel gasket, sweet. I got all new seals and gaskets, but I forgot about those metal oil drain ones. We could totally reuse these, but they're coming from the dealer. They said they'll be here by the end of the day, and we gotta do spark plugs anyway. And spark plugs on this engine kind of stink, so I just loosened up this fuel line. We gotta remove that. That's really just to get this PCV tube out of the way, but somewhere in here are spark plugs. Oh, there are the coils. PCV tube is coming out. Get out. There we go. All right, now I can sneak out our large ignition coil. It has 1 coil for 2 plugs. You got this coil coming out too. What happens if you scan this QR code? Scan. Nothing. Yeah, just took a picture of it. Okay. I'll post that on my Instagram. Follow me at LegitStreetCars. It'll just be a super up close picture of a AMG coil QR code, and only we will know why. Everybody else that hasn't watched this video will be like, what are you doing? Broke the spark plug loose by hand, now we can get it out. And here she is, factory plugs, looking pretty. So I didn't replace these last time because I didn't know if the engine was any good, but now that we do, we're going with a colder spark plug, gapped at about 26 thousandths. This is an HKS, there's a part number for you, 4-liter guys. Supposedly, this is the plug you need for big power. So with spark plugs, you wanna follow the torque spec perfectly. So this is bottomed out. You can usually just look right on the box and it'll tell you either how much torque or how many turns. This is a crush style with a washer, so it wants us to go a half turn. We got 90, and a half. It feels perfect. That's it. So do everyone like that. That way all the plugs are indexed properly. All the plugs are done and torqued, going back together with our coils. That's what they do. Just really fast. With all the spark plugs wrapped up, I'm gonna swap over our wastegate actuators. So there is a clip right here. Get that out of the way. And what's nice is we don't have to mess with the factory settings. So we're gonna loosen up this to slide it out, but as long as we don't touch this nut, we're good. All right, stay. Couple of nuts here. And now we can slide this out. Move our stock turbo away. Get out of here. And we're gonna slide this one right back in. And we'll get these nuts down. Tighten that up. With the clip reinstalled, we can look inside of here and notice that the wastegate flap is in the open position. On some cars, it's in the closed position. On sometimes it's default to the open position. But this is connected to engine vacuum. So as soon as we start it, it's going to suck. And this rod is gonna move like that. And you can see when that moves, this closes. See? So driving around town, you're in vacuum, that thing is shut, and all the exhaust gases can turn the turbine wheel. And then this has a lot of electronic controls as well to kind of regulate that vacuum, and that directly correlates with the amount of boost pressure that the car is gonna make, and AMG's got that down, except we're gonna totally change it with a tune and make it make more boost. Now, we don't need to replace these O-rings at all. They are in excellent condition, but while we're in here, right, wasn't that expensive. All right, so we'll slide our new O-ring on. It looks exactly the same, but they don't have Mercedes-Benz sunroof grease on them, and now they do, so that's plus 3 horsepower minimum. All right, VRP 1000 turbos going on. Woo! So you can see the holes there in the block for the oil drain. It just slides in like that. Yeah, nice. These are direct bolt-ons, guys, that's it. Just like factory, but with more power. All right, let's tighten up this big cast iron V-band. A little bit on each side. We have an aftermarket turbo on my GTR. So in real time, we're like 4 or 5 hours deep. Like I'm doing this in one day, that's for sure. Unless something really bad happens, I shouldn't say that, knock on turbo. Just don't mind me, just installing the other turbo. This is so easy, by the way, guys. Like my Golf R was a nightmare compared to this. Like, are you kidding me? That thing had a crazy electronic wastegate that required like so much fine tuning. It was ridiculous, took me forever. Getting to the 1 turbo was very difficult, but these two, AMG was like, we got you, bro. Brah, or Brautenhausen. She's in. This coolant line was really bad to get in, just difficult. This one, not so much. It's right on top. There we are. Something we want to do before the oil feed line goes in is squirt a little bit of oil in the turbo, just like that. Then on first start, it is fed oil and it's not ran dry. Oil feed with new O-rings and sunroof grease going back. So it gets its oil from this port in the block. I'll slide that guy in first. This was the one that had the broken bolt in it. All right, that one's good. I bolted up this cross member here. All the harnesses are back in place. Got the brains of the operation going in. Turbos are done. It's time for our beautiful downpipes, and these are catted. They're high flow cats. I like running cats on pretty much all my cars. I don't think we're gonna see any kind of limit in power, and it won't smell, and it's good for the earth. Pick your reasons, people. Oh, this looks so good though. It's kind of like a shame that it's covered by a bunch of stuff, except one of the covers has a big yellow LSC logo, so it's okay. Downpipe number 2 going in, or is this number 1? Driver's side, number 1? Yeah, usually. They're both on the same team, downpipes. Okay, kind of falling. Oh, this looks so cool, guys. Love it. All right, got the V-band on. It's a long bolt, let me tell you. I'm not gonna tighten it all the way because we still gotta go downstairs, but wow. Wow. We're ready for the rest of our stainless steel exhaust. We're gonna reuse this donut gasket. Come on now. Okay, it's easier said than done, apparently. Come on, the old double leg. Come on, get on there. Gotta be gentle. These are malleable. This thing was not going over the pipe. It needs to be expanded a little bit. So I have a pipe expander. It's a really nice set. It has ball bearings and everything. Pretty cool. And right now it is just spreading out and expanding this. We just need a little bit. All right, loosen it back up. Please fit, please fit, please fit. Oh, perfect. Okay, we needed this to slide down like that. No, maybe not that far, but you know what I mean. All right, now we can get this in. Wow, that lines up so nice. Look at that, it's just falling together. It's like Legos. All right, now we can tighten this guy. No leak from these. These are pretty good. Kind of annoying to get on, but they work. Last piece of the exhaust puzzle going in, like that. I've left everything kind of loose so we can attach the bracket up top, but These are the intake manifolds I was talking about, one here and one here. I gotta say, so far this exhaust is lined up perfectly. Factory H-pipe, carbon fiber. Now that we have the exhaust lined up, I can tighten the cast iron V-bands on the bottom. So those are the manifold V-bands. We're moving along, guys, we're moving along. Turbos are all done. We have the factory tubes from the intercooler already in, and now it's time. It's time for our cold air intake. I don't know, Mercedes have always had cold air intakes, but our aftermarket intake boxes with the open filters, and then we're gonna be venting our new blow-off valves to atmosphere, so we should get some. Next piece of the puzzle is a custom-made silicone coupler from VRP to incorporate some of the factory PCV tubes. So these right here are gonna plug into here. A little silicone spray never hurt anybody. All right, this piece is on, and it's very difficult. Honestly, each one of these could take you a half hour to get. It's just finagling. It is a pain in the butt with all these lines. There's no easy way to do it. Now it's time for our intake tube, and these are Cerakoted. So that means they're sprayed inside and out, and this is for heat management. So you do this a lot on exhaust parts, but intake parts too. Lots of silicone spray here. Now we gotta slide this in. There's an adapter in there. So, yep, there we go. Bring this down like so. Okay. Now we actually can put the box in. So you gotta wait and get the tube in first. And we'll angle that down like so. All right, looking good. And now we have our air filter, and remember, you gotta have the chrome down. I hate when you see that, it's like this. It's like, that doesn't look uniform. Gotta have uniformity. Couldn't think of that word for a second. Slide our air filter on, fit right into the box like so. Cool. All right, now we can tighten up this clamp. Look at this blow-off. Look at this blow-off valve over here. This is it, buddy. Last 5 minutes of your life in here. It's almost time. Gotta tell everybody that boosted air pressure is venting to the atmosphere. And we'll tighten up this clamp on here as well. Sometimes doing this by hand is easier. When you use the impact gun, it kind of twists it a little bit. And this is a hand-built engine, so we're keeping it that way. Kinda. My hands are staying kind of clean during this job, but I have LegitStreetCars shop wipes. I love these things. They have a gritty side and a smooth side. And watch this. I mean, look at that. You can mint these hands out in like 2 seconds. There's no gritty, sandy mess in here. It's all in the wipe and the solution. And check out the worst case scenario. I get pretty nasty working on cars, and look what these wipes do to my hand. Then when you're done, you can do your whole arm with the smooth side if you'd like. They work so good. Look at that, mint condition hand. And you can use this to clean up your tools as well. Anyway, you can get these on LegitStreetCars.com, and for a limited time when you buy the shop wipes, you get double the entry points to win my supercharged Chevy Silverado. These tend to sell out, so act fast. All right, blow-off valves next. So these are electronically controlled blow-off valves. Disconnected. And we have 3 T30s. There she is. So very simple part here, 2-pin connector, and it just opens to vent air back into the factory intake when you let off the throttle. So the boost pressure has to go somewhere. You don't want it to blow up your intake. Got to keep the welds on your intake in good shape. So it blows out to the atmosphere. There are some cars like my Buick Grand National that don't have a blow-off valve, and it just kind of flutters back into the turbo, and that kind of sounds cool too, but this is much safer, and pretty much all modern turbo cars are gonna have some sort of blow-off valve. This is from VRP as well, and they modify it so it has this connector to fit the factory Mercedes. It has a nice billet flange as well. So we'll pop this in, and then we can go back together with our screws or bolts. I'll tighten these bolts up, and I'm gonna clock this down so we hide our wiring harness. All right, that's done. And yeah, this is really nice. Just clips right in, factory harness. This even still clips right here. So essentially this is gonna do the exact same thing as the factory blow-off valve, but since we're increasing the boost pressure, these are only designed to hold a certain amount of boost, so they can leak in this situation. So these are designed for higher boost, so we're not gonna have any failure point, we're not gonna have any leakage, and it's gonna sound cool. Since we're venting to atmosphere, we can remove this tube here for kind of a cleaner look. But yeah, overall, this is looking pretty neat, guys. This stinks to do. We gotta cover up all this awesome stuff we just added with this. But heat management, people, it's a real thing. You gotta keep it down. I don't wanna melt my hood. There's not a lot of room to get in here, so the old ratcheting inverted, really nice tool. And I'm using the wrong side. It's actually this side. It's an E10. There you go. It's just a little looser. We have to transfer these standoffs now. Just a couple of 10s, and now we can tighten them up on our new one. And this right here, guys, this was a surprise from VRP. You can see their little logo there, but they put a custom LSE logo, and they tried to match the Solar Beam yellow metallic paint. So let's go put this up to the car and see if it matches. Man, I mean, they even got the metallic flake in there, guys. Like, this is really good. This is really good. That's a cool little touch. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love it. Let's get this on. This just snaps in. It's like the easiest part of the whole job. Sometimes the easiest parts are the most satisfying. Oh, that is so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. I must say, guys, overall, this thing is really coming together. I really like that. That is really neat. Thank you, VRP. Final piece of the puzzle before we go dyno tune this thing. Our beauty cover. And I gotta say, guys, this is kind of flimsy, not gonna lie. On my V12, it was all carbon fiber. This, yeah, they kind of cheaped out on this, I think. Still looks good though. I have been waiting for this moment, people. Mudslinger from AMSOIL. This is by far the best product ever to like shine up your engine bay, but not make it all greasy and slimy. It's actually meant to repel mud and dirt off of like ATV plastics and stuff. Anyway, you guys have seen me use this a few times. It's amazing, like total transformation. And it smells so good. Are you kidding me? It just gives it that factory satin finish, like brand new. Just, it's as easy as you just saw me. This stuff is awesome. I'll leave a link down below. I'm going up to tighten the exhaust, and this took seriously 3 minutes, people. 3 minutes. I love it. This thing is so cool. I move this clamp up here. We're gonna give it a retighten. Tighten this guy up here. Solid. I like it. I know this is totally gonna get dirty again, but I don't care. I'm cleaning it off, all right? I wanna show off my X-brace to the ground, or little critters or something like that that are underneath. Like, ooh, nice X-brace, Alex, that's cool. Look at that, that's much better. Here we go, X-brace, and they do have like rubber mounts that they kind of go into as well, and then they connect the whole car. It's like subframe connectors. So we have some nuts here, and these gigantic bolts. There we go. I'm not gonna go too crazy on this. Turn the gun down. Kind of freaked out about cracking it. Okay, getting a little bit more confidence. I did get the washers in there that fell out. We were factory missing a bolt. I'm gonna go find a replacement for that, but whatever. I found a nice replacement bolt. Click, Mercedes. We're all ready to start. Here we go, guys, first start. Woo! She's back, she's back. Oh my gosh. Woo-hoo! That is awesome. So something I did was I had the exhaust valves permanently made open. We coated it out over at Ben's house so they can't shut, because I like it like that. And supposedly when those valves fail, and they fail often, it detunes your car by like 300 horsepower in a limp mode, and I can't have that. After a few minutes it idles down, everything sounds perfect. But yeah, so obviously cold start's a little loud, but this is it, listen. It's just German muscle, people, just German muscle. Oh man, but this whole engine bay situation looks really cool. Woo! Yes, we got blow-off valve action. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear this thing under load on the road. Oh my gosh, guys. Listen to that. I think it is a little bit louder than it was even with the valves open because, you know, of the downpipes and everything, just free flowingness. You hear that? The turbos are spooling down. That's exactly what I wanted. That was like an 8 throttle. It's not tuned yet. I can't go crazy. But man, like so far the throttle response and like the lag or lack thereof is just like factory, which is something you got to think about when you're doing bigger turbos, is what's it going to feel like down low around town, because that's where you're usually at. And wow, so far so good, guys. But these turbos should be better at every point, just way more efficient. This car is just like a go-kart, guys. It's insane. I don't know about you, but I'm freaking out. We got our dyno in the morning, and I can't wait. There's no way. This is my problem, guys. Like, I can't sleep because of stuff like this. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but like, I'm just itching to be tomorrow. That doesn't even make any sense, but you know what I'm saying, right? I don't know. Let me just do some downshifts for you. Oh. Gotta be kidding me. So the guys at Ben's house are gonna be tuning this at Cannonball Garage. We have a trans tune going in as well. I mean, I don't know, guys. Place your guesses down below. We did 550 wheel, so we already started kind of high. I don't know. Is it gonna do 650 wheel? Are we gonna get 100? Could it do more? We're still gonna be on 93 octane, so I don't know. But I'm gonna drive this home and just kind of make sure everything is good, and then we'll be at the dyno, and there'll be more smiling Alex. Uh-oh. we have a check engine light. That happens sometimes when you modify your car. Just scan for codes. Turbo, supercharger, inlet pressure, sensor high. Okay. I mean, I seriously maybe went max like a quarter throttle. It could have been that much, but it's not tuned, so maybe it's spooling up too quick. That's kind of like a good code to have. What else we got? Anything else? Permanent codes? Yeah, that's it. I'll take it. I'm gonna clear this out right now and we'll pretend that didn't happen. Oh, hey, check engine light. Ah, you're gone. Like it never happened, people. Like it never happened. Yeah. Still got the battery light. I haven't broken down and bought the $1,500 or $2,000 lithium battery yet. I'm waiting to find out some information. If you guys know, can I code out this light? Basically, the LIN CAN bus connector is not connected because I'm running an aftermarket lithium-ion battery that works great. Can I code it out, or do I have to spend the $1,500 or $2,000? Any ideas? It's dyno day, people! Okay, seriously, the cold start on this car is insane, and then it just hits a point where it idles down, and it's like this. Like, listen. It's like the biggest difference between super loud cold start and just normal. So this is nice with the valves open. I like it. Maybe having control of the valve would be good though if I'm doing a cold start in a neighborhood where I don't want to wake everybody up at 7 a.m. But come on. Well, check engine light came back on. That's great. They got to put like 600 miles on this car with no check engine light. Then I modded it and now I get check engine lights. What's up with that? That never happens. It's still running perfectly fine. Guys, this car is amazing. It's amazing. What's up, man?
How you doing, Alex?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. You excited?
I'm very excited.
Time to see what this thing can make.
That's right. We got Ben's house in the house. Just pulled up to Cannonball. That is crazy. Look at the wheels. They got the coolest cars here. We got an Arnie somewhere in the sunlight there. The Ben's house Chevy is amazing. Look at that thing. This is one of, I think, 4 or 5 of Arnie's Duramax vans. They're all like in mint condition. Look at that thing. Here we have your base model, kind of like entry-level Ferrari. Think of it as like the Boxster of Ferrari. Don't get me wrong, I like all the really super expensive cars out in front, but Arnie has started a car dealership that specializes in like 80s, 90s, 2000s, 52 motors, and they just started getting inventory, and this is what they kick off with. So I don't know which one literally to go look at first, but I'm gonna go for the Grand National because I have one, and this thing is, woo, hardtop like mine. Wow, really nice interior. This thing is sweet. It's definitely a little bit more modified. Look at this old school Kenny Bell like control panel. That's cool. I bought the same exact aluminum wheels, so they're reproduction, and I have a second set with big drag radials just like this. Yeah, this thing is super, super clean. I love this color on the M3. Oh my gosh. Look at these cool seats, of course, manual. Wow. Oh, that smell. So with Matt, we're gonna do a little bit of street tuning first, and that's kind of standard protocol for you guys, right?
Yeah, so we like to do the street tuning just because when you go on the dyno, the air's kind of pumping, everything as good of conditions as they can while you're driving. And with the street tuning, you're more in real life conditions with the load of the weight of the car on the road when you're taking turns and stuff like that. So it really helps kind of dial that in a lot better. And then if somebody wants to do dyno tuning, that's kind of where we'll finalize it, kind of get everything smoothed out and stuff like that.
I really like that. I feel like not many tuners do the street tuning first, which the car is going to be on the street.
Exactly.
So, you know, I feel like you should do the street tuning, then polish it off, or just get numbers on the dyno. But this is way more realistic, so kind of a cool approach that I haven't seen very often. He's using HP tuners on the GTR right now, just logging everything. We'll make some adjustments, probably see where boost is at right now, which is always fun. God, this thing sounds so good.
Yeah, this thing with downpipes is incredible.
Yeah.
And then once the tune's even dialed, like every time we let off, usually on the GTRs or GTSs, you'll get that beautiful crackle and burble.
Yeah, I don't like the pops and bangs, but the crackle and burble is okay.
So the crackle and burble's like standard with the 4-liters, but I never opt to do pops and bangs.
No.
I have a lot of kids that ask that, but I don't like
I hate it. You see like Infinities and like stuff like that just going down the street, they let off the throttle and it's like pop, pop, pop.
They're like literally tuning it to pre-detonate.
Yes, it's like gunshots, but you're on decel, so it's not even like a speed thing.
Yeah, it's just because they want it to sound cool, but it's like, what is that doing inside your cylinders when it's banging off like that?
I don't even think it sounds cool.
Actually, these turbos are working really good.
They feel good and they don't feel laggy or mushy, you know?
Because I've had a lot of them, like how that actually spooled and we heard the whistle. A lot of them, like right when you throw them on without altering the tune, they don't really have boost where you can almost not even hear the whistle. We had that with the GTS until we actually started tuning it. But again, a lot of like what we did to the GTS in some areas are comparable to how the GTRs come stock.
Matt just made a revision and I saw a screensaver there for a second. What's going on there? You got a 3rd gen Firebird?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, this is my car. This is a Turbo LS with nitrous.
No way.
Yeah, fully tubed chassis, everything like that. They're actually selling the car now.
Whoa, that is crazy for like a Mercedes tuner, and obviously Ben's House is the name of the shop that Matt works at. To have a 3rd gen Firebird, that was my first car. It was the 3rd. I'm big into that.
Yeah, I like the old Firebirds and Camaros. I have a 1st gen Camaro, and just, I don't know, that's like my dream car.
So do I.
Anything.
So do I. Wait, you have one?
Yeah, I have a 69 I acquired from a guy that put it in a barn. I pulled it out of the semi-trailer myself. He parked it in a semi-trailer 25 years ago, and he's got like 20 cars in there, like an old Ford Thunderbird. He's got a Chevy 2, a Nova.
Wow.
And I kept asking him about the Camaro, and I didn't think it existed. And I was just consistent for 6 years. And one day he called me and said, the trailer's out front, hook a semi to it, pull it up and see what you think. And I opened the doors. I have a video of it, and I was the first person to see the car in 25 years.
But you got a 3rd gen Firebird, a 1st gen Camaro. Did we just become best friends?
I think so. I also have all old Chevy trucks too, about 6 of them.
Oh my gosh.
All
So
90s
I've only met Matt twice actually at Ben's house, just briefly, and then we made this date today to tune the car, so that's pretty awesome. I love the car world.
And he showed me his personal car, and I ended up buying it after driving it. I had to with the supercharger. I started watching your videos because you were the only person really posting about 55s and performance mods and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, no one really does Mercedes performance. If I can start tuning the turbo cars and the newer cars, then there's a good market for that.
So that was like 8 years ago or something.
I've been
so
watching
you
your
started-
channel for at least 8 years.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. This is like full circle. And now you're tuning my Mercedes.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's amazing.
It's a small world, small group. I mean, even with Arnie, he's just such a good guy. And I mean, I've met just more people than I can count amazing people because of him.
Yeah, Arnie's the man. Well, it's similar with Modern Masters. Like, they're big into the E55s and the 63s and all the same kind of stuff you guys are. And Craig and Rusty were watching my videos when I first started doing the E55 stuff. And then they got really into it and started a business and everything. And now they come out here and work on cars with me. It's crazy.
Yeah, see, it's really cool too, because you like think it's the small group and everything, and you're watching the people, and then you just kind of realize how small the car community is and just what we all do together.
Yeah, definitely. Matt made a tune revision, so now we're going out for another ride. He wanted to show me something. Does that sound a little different?
Oh yeah.
What'd you do?
Tuned it.
What? Oh my gosh.
That's only revision 1.
That's
so.
revision 1. What? It's planted too.
Oh yeah.
For not being, all-wheel drive, this thing hooks.
No, this thing is, the GTR is a very nice machine. This thing rips.
So factory boost level is what, about 14?
Driving around is like 14. You might hit like low 20s. We're in the 30s right now. Like on wide open throttle, it's hitting just shy of like 31.
Wait. Hold on. 31 pounds of boost?
30
30
wide open.
Right.
Yeah.
But 31 pounds of boost? Whoa.
So like Arnie's Cannonball car, that can handle about 42 PSI. And that's the 5.5. So the 4-liter, usually our base where we lock boost pressure, I believe it's between 36 and 38. And that's even a factory setting. And where they set it, even when we do turbos, we don't have to change that parameter because I don't really want to ever exceed that even with big turbos, because the stock turbos are never even going to hit a number close to 30.
Yeah, they're going to be insanely inefficient at that point. But that is a crazy amount of boost. So like, I'm used to the world of, E55's like 20 PSI, something like that.
Look here, see where it says 14. So that's going to be the boost, and I'll do a little pull when we turn towards the tracks.
I mean, I believe you, man, but
and you'll kind of see
sure.
where they can ride happily now. Because there's still more that can be pulled out of it, so this is kind of mild for what it is, but...
Like my C63 at 10 PSI was like ripping
Nasty.
800 horse. So every engine's different, the size matters, size matters.
That's what she's...
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That was almost 30.
I think it's got a little more power than the first drive.
Jeez, this is nuts.
And it just sounds so good, dude.
I know, it's one of the best sounding cars.
And then once we get the trans tune loaded, not only is it going to get smoother, but power is going to heavily increase, because even though this doesn't have a CPC, the TCU kind of acts like a limiter. So like when it's not fully tuned, it's still limiting X amount of power you can pull out of them.
Right.
Right now we should be, I think, sitting somewhere in the 6s.
600 horse range?
Yeah, over 600 horse range, and then we'll get it on there, start getting it dialed, and then we'll get the TCU loaded in, because that'll actually show a nice difference of what just the TCU does.
What's your guess?
I think this is gonna make between 700 and 740 to the wheel.
Whoa, on 93?
On 93.
Okay.
Because Cal's car, the GTS we did, that was on 104 Sunoco with stock fueling, and that car made 770 to the wheels. Now, being the GTR with slightly different heads, I still think we can get just shy of that number by like a 740 on 93.
Yeah, so the GTR has quite a few differences from the GTS, but one of them is the cylinder head design. And you know, other big ones, it's a wider car, it has rear steer, bigger turbos from the factory. A lot of big differences there. But yeah, head work, which is you really hear that much anymore, especially on boosted cars. But this has it. We just got done strapping the car down. I'm going to run it in 5th gear at 4,000 RPM to reset the dyno, and then we're going to make our pulls in 5th gear as well. Here we go. All right, here we go. 5th gear. We're at 3,000. 35. Gonna start slowing it down. Right there. All right, we should be set. Before our dyno runs, we are going all the way to race mode, and then this one puts it into manual mode. And like you guys have seen in the videos, you can literally do this like from multiple different spots in the car. And we can change our suspension settings, all sorts of goodness. Lots of buttons to play with in here. All right, so we got Matt in the car, and he's got the HP all set up, ready to log. You good to go?
Yep, we are ready for a pull.
All right. All right, that is 5th gear. You ready?
Yep.
How do we do? Ooh.
Where are we at?
We have 591.
590.
591. First pull, 591.
And after a couple street pulls too.
Yeah, this thing is hot right now. So we were at 550 stock, now we're at 591 on the very first run. So that's awesome. And when we get the trans tune here in about an hour or so and we let it cool down, well, I hope it goes up. We're ready for run number 2. We let it cool down for about 15, 20 minutes. See what she does. Here we go, here we go. Felt good to me. We got, oh, it did less. Okay. Darn. Went down.
Do one more pull.
Do one more pull?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes with these GTSs on the second pull, for some odd reason, it spikes.
Okay. We're gonna do another pull. That did 10 horsepower less, so 580. 582, yeah, same. All right, so it's probably limited right now by the trans. So the really big deal with these is the trans tune. So there's a bunch of torque limiters that are just stopping us from making any more power. So we got to get the trans tune in, which is next. For the trans tune, we actually have to do a little bit of surgery on the GTR. Nothing major, but we have to remove the transmission control unit to bench tune it. Really easy to get to on this car. So we were able to flash the trans tune through their special cable, which was great. Now we got to give them some logs. This is really all about unlocking the trans right now, which unlocks the engine.
And then we also did add some spice to your tune as well now that it's trans.
Oh, you had some, all right, we added some spice too. Guys, I don't know how to explain it, but that like felt faster on the dyno. That was really weird, but awesome at the same time. What do we got? What do we got? No way.
750. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, dude.
Are you kidding
Pump
me?
gas 93, 752 to the wheels.
That is nuts.
That is insane.
714 foot-pounds of torque.
That shows what the heads in the GTR can do to the GTS, because the GTS me and Fred did, it was a first generation 2016, and it made 769 to the wheels on 104 race gas.
Oh my gosh.
And you are right below it on 93.
We just gained 200 wheel horsepower from like last week when we were here. I knew it felt, my dyno butt meter was telling me we made big power gains. That is wild. Have you ever seen anything that high on one of these?
No, not yet, no. This is the first one. It's been pretty good.
That's wild.
So these logs are looking flawless, and based off of what PTG just saw on the trans, they said we could actually raise the RPMs up to about 7,400.
Well, I ended at what, right? 69, 68 on that one,
right now
roughly?
it's about 69, so we're actually going to go up almost 500 RPM, which should do something very impressive, and the way the trans is holding, they're very comfortable with it. They saw my data log too, and they're happy with where I'm at with the engine, so
okay.
We're going to get that all adjusted, get that loaded, and then we'll do one more pull.
This is like the most surprising dyno ride. I don't know, man.
Like happened before.
All right, you heard the man. We're raising it up to 7,400 RPM. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
That felt good.
That felt really good.
That felt aggressive.
Yeah,
So
a little bit.
the RPM up, I think.
What do we got?
We went to 5.
We went up.
58, so
Five-
it's hot.
758 on a hot lap, 720 foot-pounds of torque.
This is a happy car right now.
This is a very happy car and a very, very happy Helix. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Unreal. Unreal. It is 97 degrees in the dyno room today, so it's weather corrected to a certain point, but if it was like 65 degrees, we'd probably make more. This thing is cool on the cluster.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So we actually detuned the car a little bit, and we're gonna make a run now. I'm really happy with this power and everything is safe, but similar to my Trans Am, it did 902 wheel. I detuned it to 850. I'd rather have a little bit less horsepower and just be 1,000,000% safe, especially with an engine like this. And 750, I already felt fast at 550. It's gonna be nuts. All right, cool. So we detuned it a little bit. We're at 749. So our max was 759. We detuned it 10 horsepower, no knock, no nothing. 735 foot-pounds of torque. That's wild. Let's go drive this thing. Oh, that is different. Well, this trans tune is awesome.
Yeah, it shifts fast.
It shifts fast, but it holds it. I'm in Sport Plus right now. The turbos feel like driving around town stock, like they don't have any more lag.
Yeah, so all the lag is almost out of them. We've been on the logs where we're watching them, like there's about 0 lag out of these.
It's just like an on-off switch right now. This is crazy.
And where this shines is going to be the top end too with these turbos.
I love this car, guys. This is insane. Oh, man.
Yeah, that sounds like a GTR.
This is like quarter throttle. This is just insane. The handling is unreal. So this is a few days later. We're actually in Mexico now. We made it. Oh, are you kidding?
It doesn't even let up.
Dude!
That is insanity.
And it hooks like crazy. Like, there was no traction control.
And you did nothing
flashing.
with the tires since you got it?
Nothing. These are like 4-year-old
That is insane.
tires, which I don't recommend. Don't do that. But I looked them over. They look fine. I mean, they are a little older, but they are Michelin Pilot Sport, whatever the best was 4 years ago, 3S or so. I don't know, but they're awesome.
Yeah, they're holding traction good. I think the heat's helping too.
Yeah, it is hot. It is 97 degrees and sunny, so there is that.
So that's the other thing you'll notice with this car too, is like today, it feels good because it's like a big increase. If it's like a 70-degree day with low humidity and you go to leave your house and drive this, it'll feel like you have 40 extra horsepower.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just because of the air density.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. We gotta try launch mode.
Yeah. Those turbos actually sound really good.
Yeah, I want you guys to hear a little bit of this turbo action. It is a rocket. Oh my gosh.
Dude, this thing rips.
Yes, it does.
And with the torque being over 700, I mean, that's insane.
We see this at Cannonball a lot, but the McLarens and a lot of these other supercars are limited on torque. Like, they got to lower it to like 600 foot-pounds,
Okay.
you know, but this engine's beefy enough to hold, you know, a lot more than that. So it just makes the whole driving experience different.
On what I've seen tuning, I'm like, you're either getting a high horsepower and a lower torque, or higher torque, lower horsepower.
Yeah.
This one's like almost a perfect happy medium.
It is. They're both at like 700-ish foot-pounds of torque and horsepower. You know, it's perfect. All right, we're in drive, race mode. I should just have to brake torque it. Okay. What in the world? Oh my God! Dude! The launch mode thing is just like nothing I've ever seen. I don't even know when the RPM was going to stop for the launch.
It'll usually go all the way up and then dial itself back to an RPM. I think we just let it eat a little.
How is this two-wheel drive?
That was
how?
insane how good it launched out of the hole.
Holy crap. Oh my God. This is the perfect car. What? Fred, you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
I just learned how to do this, but. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That wasn't even the launch we had before.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Felt like it spun a little bit.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
That was 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, but it did limit us on the launch. I think it's just hot right now. It's literally 97 degrees out, and we've been hot lapping it, so this thing is very good at protections. Its safe mode is 3.1 to 60, but man, this thing on a cool day, deep into the twos, it launches like an all-wheel drive car. It is absolutely insane. The trans is just perfect.
Sounds awesome. That pull is crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like not even real. It's like a video game, but oh my gosh, guys, I don't even know what to say anymore, guys. Like,
Very nice.
It's just, yeah. It's a very everything. We're done at Cannonball. I gotta tell you guys the crazy story about this car though. It is wild. But look at this. This car just hit 10,000 miles and 401 of them are mine. What a way to hit 10,000 miles. So we probably hit that when we were doing one of those very leisurely launches. 10,000 miles, that's all there is in this car. That's crazy. It's definitely the lowest mileage car I think I've ever had, right? All right, guys, here is the story, the insane story on this car, everything I've been able to research and figure out over the last couple of months. Basically, the guy that was lent this car from Mercedes-Benz, he did not want to be named, and the guy from MB USA definitely didn't want to be named because he still works there. So all the pictures and videos you are going to see are public. They are on the internet. So I'll start with the guy who Mercedes lent the car to. He owns an automotive lifestyle kind of media company, and he creates videos for brands like Mercedes-Benz and a few others. He's no one you guys would really recognize from the normal world of content creating on YouTube. He's more of a behind the scenes guy who makes really cool videos, and he's super nice. We've been messaging back and forth. So anyway, he was given the car by Mercedes-Benz to make content with, and he quickly modified this car. So he added the fender vents and the canards to kind of make it look like the AMG GTR Pro, which is an even higher performance level of this car than this one. He also added a larger wing, and he changed out the wheels, and it was wrapped white for a little while. At one point, it even had an ESPN wrap, and it was basically wrapped depending on what promotions he was doing. Now, it was also in a music video for a guy named A-Chal, and I'd be lying to you if I told you I knew who that was before looking it up. Obviously, in this music video, it looks like they're beating on the car pretty hard. This person who had this car for about a year assured me that this car was well taken care of and not abused. I don't know. He also had this thing in a gender reveal video, kind of doing donuts, but those are really the only two videos I can find of it being abused, so that's nice. It also looks like the car was used at the Laguna Seca track while he had it, but these pictures don't show it as an actual AMG driving experience car. I think it became one of those cars after he had it, and just for a short period. So here's the story I heard via a few emails with someone that works for MB USA. Basically, the car was brought to a Mercedes dealership in California with an engine performance issue, and they found that one of the turbine wheels fix from one of the turbos. It had fallen off, it had broken off and got stuck in the catalytic converter. These are aftermarket turbos now, so someone put aftermarket turbos on it according to this repair order at the dealership, and it had aftermarket downpipes, pretty much exactly what I did to the car, but like 4 years ago. And at that point, Mercedes-Benz told this person that they lent the car to that they had to put it all back to stock. So I believe he pulled it from the dealer at that point, had all the stock parts, he must have saved them. He had them put on, he had the fender vents removed and the fenders painted, although they were done poorly. And then he went back to the dealership and Mercedes checked over everything and gave it a thumbs up. Now, the one thing that I still don't know, I don't know if I'll ever know, is why in the world Mercedes-Benz let this rot at the auction for about 3.5 years. If it passed all their tests at the dealer and we clearly see that the car is healthy and in great shape, why wouldn't they have sold it when it had 9,000 miles and it was only about 18 months old? They would have, been able to sell it at that point for like 180, I think even closer to what it just sold for new, around 200,000. So why they let it rot, I'm not sure. The guy at MB USA had mentioned something along the lines that Mercedes-Benz is very careful when they sell cars like this, especially if they were ever at the driving experience. And he thinks that after the car was returned to Mercedes, it did go to the driving experience for a very short amount of time, and then it went to the auction. And he said something along the lines of that Mercedes wanted to wait till the warranty had run out naturally so there would be no chance of arbitration. I don't know. They avoided the warranty anyway. Mercedes did like a few years back. So I don't really understand. I don't know why they lost all this money on the car, but whatever the reason, it really helped me out because now I have this really sweet car for not that much money. Well, made it back to Legit Street Cars, and all I gotta say is, wow, has the last couple of months with this car just been absolutely insane. From fixing it for basically free. I mean, at the end of the day, it was just a fuse. That's why it wouldn't start, and there was nothing actually wrong with the engine. But from all of that to now, we have 750 wheel horsepower on a perfect 10,000 mile AMG GTR. I just can't even believe what's going on, to be honest with you, and the story behind it is wild. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and the AMG GTR series thus far. There is more to come. One job I'm not looking forward to is that dashboard. So I ordered one from Mercedes-Benz. It was almost $5,000, and it's like a 10-12 hour job to disassemble the entire interior. So I gotta do that and some paint and body work and who knows what else. But if you guys have enjoyed the series and the video, please give it a big thumbs up, share the video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and if you guys didn't see my last video, I bought a lake garage. I bought a lake house with an awesome garage. It's where all my finished cars and some other cool stuff are going. So I'll drop that link down below if you haven't seen that. And with that, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see each and every one of you in the next video. Oh, and before the bloopers, do not forget that the Legit Street Cars shop wipes will get you double entry points to win my supercharged Chevy Silverado Z71. These things will clean the dirtiest hands. You can keep them in your truck, your garage, which is huge. If you don't have running water in your garage, don't go in your kitchen sink and mess it all up. Just use the shop wipe and you're done. Anyway, this is the limited time and quantity. These probably will sell out, so act quick down below. And now to me messing up. And now to my bloopers. The auction listed these white door hinges. The auction listed the white door hinges. The auction listed this car as having structural. So yeah, I was wrong, and this car was in a music. So yeah, I was pretty wrong, and this car was. I removed a few bolts for the heat shield, so I removed a few. Yeah, get my new shoulder purse. So driving around town, yeah. So driving around town with the. Now I'm gonna. So now that we have everything, now that we have the exhaust lined up, I can tighten the final. Sync audio.
Oh, good.